Visualizations.
Got it.
Hello, I'm Mark.
I'm Casey.
And I'm Patrick.
And today we're going to talk a little bit about the new FSD and mapping visualizations are coming in the new updates. I don't think any of us have them yet, but they are coming. We have some evidence. But first, Casey's going to roll that title card.
Truck, train, truck, car, bus, train, truck.
You're watching the Tesla Life Express.
And for those who didn't get the reference, that is how the current version of FSD tries to make sense of the world. Somebody had a guy cutting their grass, and it became a man pushing a tiny Model S around his yard.
That is some visualization, all right.
It's come a long way, but Tesla has released a number of new vehicles are now showing up in the visualization screen. Long ago, we would see everything was either a car or a truck. That included trains going by, that included trams, that included people. A lot of stuff was mixed up and just allowed you to see just a few selected items that Tesla has. But today, or with the next release that's coming to all of us shortly, we've got some new visualizations, and we actually have some screenshots of that. Let's go ahead and show that now.
All right.
Here we go. And we'll just expand the screen.
So there's controversy on this too.
Casey, there's controversy everywhere. Doesn't matter where you go.
The last Express, it was more deserved than this one.
But you can see from this list here, we've got some full-size trains now. We've got a tram. We've got some different 18-wheelers, European style, North American style. We've got school buses. We've got ambulances. We got garbage-type trucks up here.
And the school buses have the doors on the left side.
Okay. That looks like a regular transit bus on this side. And then we've got some people. We've got a wheelchair person.
Oh, nice.
This looks like an extremely small shopper with a
yeah, it sure does. What is that?
A cart. It looks like to me. And then you've got people's profiles are different, crossing the road.
I think that is somebody pushing a baby stroller.
Okay. All right. That could be it. And I'm not sure what the tall is. Looks like a tree. So we've got some different ones that are now showing up, which is that's an improvement certainly from what we've seen previously. And
there's
now that
skateboarder
is actually it's actually tuned a little bit for emergency vehicles. I can see why the ambulance is there. If that makes sense. They're going to be able to see the strobing flashing lights.
Yeah,
you're going to be able to pick those out and show that visualization.
They have a fire truck as well.
Right. So it's we've got some modifications here. They still haven't done what I've asked for forever, which was why can't you show the neighboring Teslas in maybe the color that they're actually on, so they know who it is. They can just show, it's a red Model 3. There it is. It shows up as red on your screen. That would be so cool. With all the other things are grayscale, and the Teslas show up in living color.
Right. Or they could do a little bit of car to mothership to other car, and they could show up in whatever color they show up in on their own screen. Like if they either have a wrap or just a custom color.
Exactly.
This is what I saw around the bend. You need to slow down or speed up ahead because there's traffic.
Well, we can't have it all, but it would be nice. But again, this is a step in the right direction as they're starting to add these new visualizations. Another thing that is happening is navigation is getting a bit of an upgrade with its visualization, where it's starting to show the world in a 3D type scenario. So you've got the depth to the buildings and locations that you're in. So it's something that we've heard about with a 3D engine update, but it is interesting to see that they've been now coming out with these changes. Here, I've got a photo I think I can share. Yeah, here's one that we can share of that. And we'll stop the sharing of this one and jump into the sharing of this one. Here we go. Oh, hold on. It's not showing up.
Okay,
yet.
well, while you're doing that, just stop me if you have it, what you want to. But so Tesla uses an occupancy network. So when you get when you get an image on a camera, it's 2-dimensional, but the world outside is 3D. So it has to use voxels, which are 3-dimensional pixels, to do a volume approximation of anything that it sees. And the fact that it can figure out some of them match these categories are great, but what's more important is it knows that there's something there, even if it has no idea what it is. We talked about how in the past, if you're watching a train go by in front of you, on the screen it looks like a bunch of semi-trucks, and that is not accurate, but it's enough for the car to know I should not go there, I would get hit, right?
Yep.
So as long as it knows that there's something there and it can figure out which direction that something is moving, that's the most important part. If it can also classify it correctly, great. But so it's occupancy networks. They're using RegNets, which are an efficient way to do feature extraction, and along with bidirectional feature pyramid networks, or by FPNs. So that's how you fuse this all together when you're getting multiple cameras. Anyway, so that's why I think this is cool. It's an important part of their Tesla Vision system.
And that brings us to part of the controversy, is that some folks are saying, why did they bother updating this? Because FSD 13 and up don't actually use this, or 12 and up even don't even use this. They use it's all in the visuals. But at the same time, though, if that code is still running, then why not make it show something a little more true to life? But what was bugging people who were complaining about this is that the car doesn't really care if it's a train or a truck or a person. I think it does still care if it's a person, but it's not explicitly hand-coded anymore, because you keep seeing in the notes about we did this and that for VRUs, so it would have to know who a VRU is,
exactly,
even if it doesn't care about anything else in the world.
And this also could be an in-between step, because we've also heard, I haven't seen this yet, but Tesla apparently is using the Unreal Engine from video games to design some of the visualizations as well. So it may become really photorealistic at some point, because they have been talking about how they can use the Unreal Engine to place that world on the screen as well.
That would be cool to see.
It would be cool to see. I don't know if it's necessary. The vector space approximation is enough, and I think it is important to have some of these categories right, just because you want to know that the car sees whatever is out there and understands what it is, and then because different things behave differently, a kid on a skateboard versus a pedestrian walking are going to have very different characteristics, and so if you see that it recognizes it, that can give you more confidence that it's less likely to cause an incident.
Yeah, definitely.
Kind of reminds me of that in the very early days of visualizations of people wearing orange hats and standing on the side of the road and putting into pylons on the screen.
Yeah.
So,
right.
There's another cone.
I don't know if that was the safest thing to do, but that was something that was happening. I remember a person on X was posting that he lined his 3 kids up at the side of the driveway, and they were all wearing orange hats. And all of a sudden, he had 3 cones in his driveway. So,
3 cones in a wheelie bin.
and of course, Dad of the Year award right there. So there was.
Safety cones. I want you kids to be safe.
I want you all to be safe. That's why we watch your orange hats today. But
I guess it's a good thing that I didn't have kids when that was going on.
yeah, there you go. There you go. So
You stand here.
those
You
are-
stand there.
You can get a safety cone Halloween costume, though.
we have certainly gone a long way from that point, but it's very cool to see the progression here, and of course, adding these vehicles and 3D building renderings is just going to add more to the realism as to what that screen is depicting to the drivers. So, I think this is good. And if you've seen some of the mock-ups of the Unreal Engine, like I'm sure all of you have seen like screenshots from Grand Theft Auto or others that use the Unreal Engine. It's very photorealistic. So I wonder if we're heading in that direction. But in this case, we're just getting some added vehicles that certainly make the world more of a more sense into what's actually going on around you.
Right. If you want to drive like a human, you have to understand your surroundings as well as a human.
At least.
And there's a lot of context with, you see some pedestrian and are they shuffling? Are they running? Whatever. There's a lot of things you can tell just from a glance that the AI is going to have to get pretty smart to figure out how people could act. This is cool.
Yeah, my favorite is when it responds to bad drivers in the way that I would. And my favorite is from a couple years ago. That's like this person's gonna do this stupid thing, and I got ready to take over, and then the car anticipated it as well, and then the person did the stupid thing, and then my passenger said, "How did you know?" I said, "Well, a couple million miles on the road." And
I thought you meant you had a new Optimus hand installed, and it could do something that you would do. The digits. Give them that one finger salute.
But no, as far as defensive driving, what I would do, and the car properly slowed down, elevated, whatever the case may have been, and then the person did the thing, and the person was like, "How did you know?" I said, "I've got a couple million miles under my belt," and then the car has even.
And I saw this jerk last week that did the exact same thing.
Right.
Yeah. Those are things that's important to convey that information to a new driver. That okay, if you see somebody on this side of the lane, that probably means they're going to cut in front of you, or just little things like that. That you learn it with experience, but and that's exactly AI's collected more miles of driving than any human ever could, and so it's learning the same things.
Yeah, aren't they like was it 1 million miles a day or 1 million miles a month or something like that? They're racking it up quick. And
obviously not all of that goes into training sets, but still, it's the important parts do.
Yeah. But the fact also that they could summon amongst all of that, as long as it's within.
Yes.
If the car saw it, even if it wasn't like tracking for it, they could say, "Hey, who has seen this?" And then if it hasn't already overwritten it, they can say, "Oh yeah, I saw this," and then send in its clips. Obviously, if it knows to look ahead of time, it can take better clips.
What do they call it? Fleet query? I need to see more trucks being towed. I need to see more trailers. I need to see more buses or fire trucks or ambulances or whatever. They've got enough vehicles out there. They can get that query, and then if you're sharing data, they can get tons of clips of whatever they're looking for.
Show me all the times you were nice enough to get your user by the door and pick parking space, and they acted like you made up a parking space, and they're ungrateful for it. And then next time we get it, the car's not making up parking spaces anymore. So.
So let's turn around to the viewers at this point and ask, what do you think about this? Does this make sense that Tesla is getting more detailed with the visualizations? Do you think going to an Unreal Engine is way overboard? Do you think where they're sitting at currently is enough? Does it make sense to go any further than that? Or would you like to see some other changes that we haven't mentioned? Let us know in the comments. We'd really like to hear from you.
What do you think of the style that they just gave us?
That's right.
Is it a good continuation, or should they have done a different way? Did they miss out on your favorite vehicle?
And that map update comes in 2025.38. That's when that 3D imaging is going to start to show up. So just so you're aware.
Download, update, hurry, come on.
Exactly.
38. We'll see if Legacy gets it.
We shall see, and we shall report. With that said, Patrick, any shout-outs this week?
As always, I'm with the Oregon Electric Vehicle Association. You can find us at oeva.org, and I blog occasionally at carswithcords.net, where I write about my future free from fossil fuels. Thanks.
Perfect. Casey, what do you got for us?
Catch us on Wednesday for the live show.
What time's it come on?
Well, normally 7. Last week it was late.
Over here,
this past week it was a little bit late. Yeah, but hopefully 7 as normal.
Or 4 is normal, depending on your time zone.
Depends on where you are. If you're on the West Coast, 4 is normal as well.
Or 2 a.m. for Anders, or whatever time it is.
And then you've got 2 more weeks before we shift in North America our clocks. So you may shift your clocks never, or you may shift them at a different time. So we're going to be doing the jiggle. And especially like those of us, our viewers in England, for example, they shift at a different time than we do. And then, so we move, and then you guys move, and it's tough to keep track. So just set it in your calendar and let the computer keep track like that.
Exactly. Thanks so much for joining us. If you haven't already, please press that thumbs up, press that subscribe button, help us out. And through the week, if you want to see what the news is happening, you can follow us on our X feed at the Tesla Life. And with that said, we'll get together next time and find out what's happening in the Tesla Life.